learning. A friend of mine put it to me brilliant. We always thought that the Gen Zs weren't interested in politics. But what might have been happening is that they were watching. They just didn't care, right? And now that they are awake, guys are surprised that, Allah, these guys have a political education that's far more astute than ours, and they are more creative than us in being able to deliver on the promises that they want, to force their hand. Now, it's still early days. Obviously, things can change, but you have to admire the full circle in which we've gone to this point. So, in closing, let's look at this movement as one of education and what the true meaning of education is, and perhaps the best kind of education that has brought us to this moment. Education through experience. It might not be in your history book, but because you lived it, you know it, and nobody can deny that what you're saying is true. Stay safe.
Do you get the message, right? So the guy took us through the political regimes, governments in Kenya. Okay, how every successive powerful regimes in Kenya, they've been built around the individual that was the leader. And the wealth it was always like, it's our turn. It's our turn now to eat. When it gets to your turn, you can do whatever you like. So it's always been like that, from the Jomo Kenyatta to all those he listed. Then he now came back to what is really happening right now. The majority of supposed the older generation are not possibly understanding is that over time, people who have written literatures, okay, people who have preached morality, people who have did their best to indoctrinate morality into the system, into the people. They have been run underground. And then you see the unpatriotic criminals who have now taken over power, running things, then writing the history, praising themselves, making themselves look like the saviors of the people. A lot of us have read a lot about some of their past leaders, past this, past that, good, bad, ugly about them. We never lived through them. But something that is going on currently in Africa is that the education that they are giving to us in the classroom is not really the education that you will need to survive. It is experiencing whatever these guys are doing. Now, this is not you reading about it. You are experiencing it. Nobody can tell you that what you are saying is wrong. Like they will say, it's normal thing. If it is your turn, you yourself no go steal. But there are people who they can't believe that there is a generation that is so educated to understand the effect of stealing the public fund by few people, the effect of that on the majority. Gen Z in Kenya that have been protesting and demanding that the finance bill 2024, you see, their finance bill 2024 is like a 2024 budget kind of, but it's sort of a law that will allow the government to overtax them. They are already going through hell economically, just like Nigeria, but they are kind of keeping their head above water. But government want to further sink them and drown them. That is why. So the younger people who understand, who are seeing their politicians living large, buying expensive cars, building expensive things, buying themselves yachts, buying themselves, jets, going on expensive holidays, organizing expensive banquet or what they call a dinner. But they are telling the people that people need to pay them more. People need to squeeze more. People need to suffer more for the country to be better. So these younger people are like, no, that's not right. Even though that they didn't teach them in school, they are living the economy that these guys are actually. wasting on them. I'll keep reminding you, or keep showing us, or keep updating us the development from Kenya. Like I said, today is the D-Day. You know, if they're able to force the hand of the old rogues, the criminals in government, well, that will be a milestone, because it will be affecting the lives of millions, including those who are not supporting them too. Or more, they had people out who were like, protesting. It's called the counter protest against the protesters. But I'll bring that to you later in the evening. But let's go to Ibadan. No. Let's go to Abeokuta, where Southwest governors met. And I'm sorry, Southern governor, rather. It was supposed to be the 17 Southern governors. However, I think it's only about 14 or 13 of them that attended. So, their entrance.
Thank you.
It's like I know one bed. So the reason why they were meeting is because of so many reasons, right? They said the insecurity, the primary reason why they were meeting is because of the insecurity. Okay. Then they now elected Dubious Dapo as the chairman of the Southern Governors Forum, where they now presented their resolution, which includes that he said, we need state police. They need state police. Here is their presser. Quick.
Sat and have engaged for the past 4 or 5 hours, and we have come to the headship and the leadership of the forum. It's indeed an honor that I announce to you Prince Dr. Charles Soludo as the Professor Charles Soludo as the Vice Chair of the Southern Governors Forum. I will hand over the mic to our Chairman, Prince Akwabio, just for 1-2 minutes, and he will tell us the direction we're taking. Just for 1-2 minutes, please, gentlemen, just bear with us.
Your Excellencies, my brother governors from the South-South, Southeast, and Southwest. It's indeed an honor, and a humble one at that I have been nominated to lead the Southern Governors Forum alongside with Professor Charles Soludo, the governor of Anambra State, as the vice chairman of this forum. I first want to thank all the governors, the 17 governors, for coming to Abeokuta today for this meeting, the first meeting in the last about 3 years. It underscores the commitment and the determination to ensure that the southern states occupy their pride of place. And I also want to thank them For this confidence so reposed in myself and Professor Soludo, I'm pledged that we will ensure that this confidence is justified. We have discussed a whole wide-ranging number of issues. But because of time constraints, myself and Professor Soludo will make available to you pressmen the details of our communique that reflects our aspirations, our determination, and the new and positioned forum. Thank you very much for listening to me and all of you.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope. We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
Southern Governor Fahaji meeting is that they are this in their communique, okay? So they are going to work together by providing land for agriculture. They are going to work together to make sure that they get a state police. And they are going to work together to make sure that they lie to you again next time. It's all about that dash. Okay? So they are begging the supposedly North, okay, to let them protect the people of southern Nigeria from the Fulani terrorists and the other terrorists. That's practically what they are doing there, right? Well, it's nothing really interesting, so to say. But in northern Nigeria, northwest, where they were having this security meeting, you know, yesterday, it was a shitty man that sent a note of warning to the government of Sokoto State through the deputy governor that attended the meeting. Now, all these things they are hearing about the Sultan and all of that, he has just 2 words. No, sorry, 3 words. That's not how I put it. Okay, he said, don't do it. The security meeting continues. They are deliberating on how to end banditry. But they are sad because, according to them, this meeting is an opportunity for Tinubu to come and tell the North his plan for northern Nigeria to keep them safe. But you know now, you know, so Nigeria don't Mushu already. Majority are just deceiving themselves. You know, land, as they begin to complain, before people begin to throw them pure water, stone, and everything. How many of such meetings saved you from Boko Haram's 8 years? And you saying that Tinubu no care about you. Boko Haram was there for 8 years. How much of his care saved you or saved your people? So last, Shakote, is sympathicus, anything. So while they were doing that, yeah, before I finally decided to plug in and listen to this, there's a governor, Dauda Lawal or something. He delivered a note. I'm going to play that for you, for us. But while I was trying to kind of, hop on the Casina's boss to go witness this meeting. And so I just see help. Chairman APC don't know. Waiting this man do you? I don't know. Waiting still, they don't tell me. Oh. How could they do this to the chairman of APC, Egbekebe in Lagos State? The mega shitty. Exactly. That's the question I asked myself as well, because it was like, what the hell? You know? So some said that the chairman's cup is full. Others said that the chairman's, what do you call this? Chairman's overbearing, whatever, right? Was no longer tolerable to some people who now set him up for this beating. I'll go see that clip. Give me a sec. APC chairman, Lagos State, yeah? Not the right one.
If you want peace in Libosha, call peace in Yusuf, call Aisoku, call Ejibadero, call Aduni. That is why you can have peace in Libosha. Never obey Kolepe, I want
to decide. So they beat their own chairman up. And then Dauda, the man talking about, you see most of it, right? The people that are these northern political criminals, right? They are now telling their people that Tifnumbu doesn't give a damn about them, right? They are right somehow, right? But they are also the people who are kind of giving excuses for these terrorists. In their speech, in what they are saying, they continue to say the reason for the insecurity is because of the poverty in the north. It's because the government has abandoned the Fulanis. The government didn't do the for Fulanis. They say government abandoned the Fulanis in northern Nigeria. That's why they are killing and kidnapping people, right? But guess those who are making that complaint? They are governors. They are the government. Listen to part of this.
Situations permanently. The theme of this summit, livelihood, building resilience, and promoting peace and security. Addressing the nexus of banditry, extremism, and climate change in northwest Nigeria resonates with our experiences in Zamfara State. We are suffering from banditry and devastating effect of climate change in Zamfara State as well as other part of northern Nigeria. Your Excellencies, in Zamfara, we are implementing various initiatives to enhance security, revitalize agriculture, as well as promote sustainable livelihood. Key among these include the establishment of Security Trust Fund, establishment of state-owned task force named Community Protection Guards to combat banditry as well as other related crimes in the state and support our neighboring states in tackling this menace. We're strengthening community engagement and social cohesion to address communal conflicts. Education is a priority area, considering its vital role in addressing social, political, as well as economic challenges. We have also introduced various vocational and skill acquisition programs for self-reliance, as well as crime intervention. In spite of this effort, we acknowledge that our challenges have remained very, very complex and multifaceted. We need continuous and renewed approaches to contain these challenges. And therefore, we require coordinated kinetic as well as non-kinetic strategies to address banditry and criminality while dealing with the challenge of climate change in the Northwest. And I therefore suggest the following. One, we need to foster collaboration and information sharing among our states as well as security agencies to set up a coordinated approach with the neighbor Niger, Niger State, the Great Bandits, as well as their collaborators. We must use non-kinetic approach from position of strength. I don't think we should negotiate with these people at a point of weakness. If we do, I believe we will not get the mileage we require to deal with the situation. We need to also invest in agriculture as well as livestock production. If you look at northern Nigeria, it's a region that is blessed and is purely an agrarian economy. What do we do to encourage our people? We need to go back to agriculture. But then, how do you go back to agriculture with the kind of challenges we're facing, especially kidnapping, where people, when they go to farm, the next thing is they are being kidnapped. It is a very, very serious challenge, and something drastic needs to be done. We need to also develop climate resilient agriculture and water management system. Why am I saying this? Most of our farmers rely on dry farming. I think we need to go beyond that. We need to come up with strategies and measures.
The great youth of Nigeria. Great. 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 Greatest. The great youth of Nigeria. Great. 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 Great.
Yo, greatest, go. That was Kolu speaking to the, I don't know, so many of you will see probably. I'm going to be bringing some of the videos from the campaign when they are doing their charade campaign. Kolu was a whole content, I swear. A lot of you probably just need to be reminded of those times, when we always kind of sit down here and laugh and laugh and laugh. And then the Abobakus will say, whether we laugh it or not, Tifnubu is going to be president. I say, amen. Now, then Tifnubu became president. They now started shouting, Ebi in power, this is not what you promised us. So, Kilo promise, greatest Nigeria, the greatest Nigeria youth. Great. The
great youth of Nigeria. Great.
Yo, greatest you. Oh, surely, kò ní dá anybody tó bá wò pé ó yá pé in suppose come advise me, say, at least give us way forward. Ogun ma pa ẹ́ dànù ni o. Show understand? Ogun ma finish here ni o. If you come to this platform, almost for like a straight, almost every day like this, so I always bring everything from all of the charade, everything going on. I was bringing them here. I say, Ekundo Malas, they come, they show them the shege now, right? And then others are just like, enjoy it too. And they are coming to Mayegun's diary political to come and ask for way forward. Abogun pepa me finish here. Mo serious or no? Abogun me finish here because way forward latibo, call you. Person will say una no need him body, now brain you need. Now una come talk say we need to go back to agriculture. Tifnubu need to come to northern Nigeria to come and tell you his plan. Kini plan is Tifnubu. When everything is all failure. Where's that clip?
If we lend ourselves